Hi, welcome to Belt Open Pass Driving School. Today I'm going to teach you one of the reversing maneuver. The one I picked today is parallel park, where you will be asked on exam on the test by examiner as well. They'll pick a certain car after they ask you to pull up on the left, and they'll say to you go alongside. For example, in this case, this white car in front of us. So they'll say to you, okay, go alongside this white car and reverse park behind it within 2 cars length distance. There is different methods to it. I'll teach you the one I normally teach to my learners, and it works very well with all of them. So because it doesn't matter what method you use, but I'm just going to teach you the one I teach generally. So once examiner pulls you up on the left and say, okay, go alongside the parked car and reverse park behind it within 2 cars length distance, the first thing you got to get ready to drive off, as you would normally whenever you're driving off. You got to keep in mind that driving off from here, from pulling up position and going alongside the parked car, is a maneuver itself. Don't start thinking too far ahead. If you like learners do sometimes, they start thinking about reversing, and they don't safely move off from here and pull up alongside the parked car safely. Either they're not dealing with the other road users or getting the position wrong. They're too keen. They're already looking for reference points for reversing, and I always say to them, no, let's safely move off from here and pull up alongside the parked car before we start reversing maneuver. So what we do is we do all our checks, make sure it's all safe, decide about indicator if we need to do indicator. Because there's a lot of parked cars, so I'm going to put my indicator on. So we're going to drive off from here when it's safe to do so. So as I'm setting up nice and steady, I'm going to go alongside this parked car, keep 2 to 3 feet gap. That's a good gap is that. So I'll look ahead, look at the car, look behind, make sure it's safe to stop here. If there was any vehicles approaching myself, I would have put left indicator on to let them know that I'm stopping here, more or less in the middle of the road. But because there's nobody around, so it's okay, I don't have to put indicator on. So while I stopped here safely, now I'm gonna start thinking about reversing maneuver. So everything step by step, to get everything right. You can say more about getting things right and doing them in right order. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prepare my car to into reverse gear. So I'm in reverse gear now. I'm gonna make sure that it's all safe for me to start reversing. So first thing, I'll check. You always check on opposite side and then finish in the direction where you're going. So because we're reversing, so we're gonna go on this side. So I'm gonna start checking from the right hand side. Check all these parked cars, any kids walking through the cars, whatever I can see, and then I can keep eyeing them later on. Looking ahead, over right side, pedestrians and all that. So the first reference point, we normally stop alongside the car. It doesn't have to be spot on alongside the car. While you're straightening up the car, the front of your car, if it just goes past the parked car, that's okay as well. If there's no accurate place to stop, or compulsory place, I would say. If you've gone too far ahead, then obviously you're using too much space. So since I was taking too long to explain, so I'll do all my checks again. So I said to my learner, once you start reversing, the first reference point I teach is you are in your back door window. You want to see that side end of the parked car. In this case, is the back end. It could be front as well, depending which way this parked car is facing. So in this case, the back end of the car. So when it's all safe, I'm going to start reversing slowly. I'm keeping an eye on all around me. So once I can see the back end, in this case the brake lights in the back window of my left side door, or my car's left side door, I'm going to stop here to do the checks again all the way around. You don't have to stop, but it depends on how much is happening around you and what kind of location you're in. So because there's a lot happening, so it's best for me to stop and check. So this is where I ask learners to put half a circle onto the left, because that's where you're going. So once I've got turn on, I'm going to start moving because we've got two cars length distance to finish the maneuver, so this half a circle will do the job. I'll keep looking around because there's a lot happening here. So next reference point is I ask them to look in the mirror while they keep an eye on everything else. Once the edge of the curve disappears in the mirror, that's the second reference point if the mirror is set appropriately. Now, once the edge of the curve has fully disappeared, that's when the buck wheel is still roughly about 1 foot away from the curve, so we're not too close. We're gonna start looking around again, make sure it's all safe. This is where I ask them to turn the steering wheel full to the right, basically full lock to the right hand side, and that will swing your car, well, the back end going back out and the front end coming back into position. As you're going back, keep moving around, so keep looking around, I should say, and you keep going back. You can keep eye on the mirror to see when your car is parallel. You got to look on the front as well for the position of the car, not just rely on the mirror, and keep looking around. If it's all good, my car is almost there. Once it's straightened up, I'll just get my steering back into straight position and just stop the car here.